Take-Two CEO not worried about GTA 6 performing on Xbox Series S. I
We'll
am.
see.
I'm sure a lot of people are, actually. Jordan Miller over VGC. Take-Two chairman and CEO Strauss Zelnick has said that he's not worried about the potential performance issues related to Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Xbox Series S. Speaking as part of Take-Two's latest earnings call, the CEO said that he's never been concerned with any potential hardware issues. Quote, "Look, we support the platforms where the consumers are for us, for as long as they're there. And we find a way to support platforms despite different levels of tech," end quote, said Zelnick when asked about the Xbox Series S. Dude, there's a reason why people are asking about the S. Microsoft mandates that any game released on the Xbox Series X also be released on the Xbox Series S, the lower powered console. Quote, "Our labels are really good at that," end quote, Zelnick said. Quote, I'm not really worried. I've never worried about where hardware was going, and I've said this many times over the years because, first of all, I don't worry about things over which I have zero control. That's because he's not the one making the game, right? He's just the guy at the top. Secondly, I believe in the audience. The audience is going to show up if you have great properties, and so we just have to make sure to be on an array of platforms. And quote, Michael, it's pretty simple for the guy at the top to say I'm not worried about it. He's not the developer, right? When you actually talk to the people working at Rockstar, then it becomes a different story of, hey, the Xbox Series S is just so underpowered compared to the X. The two SKUs have become a problem, as we've noticed throughout the year. Correct, Michael?
Yeah, that's the case. I wonder if Sony sort of bailed out Microsoft here, right? Because you have the Pro. So I wonder if the SKUs are different, right? Where it's like, let's make a Pro/X game and then a normal PlayStation 5 and an S game, right? I wonder if that's the way Rockstar ends up going and Take-Two ends up going, where it's like, look, we kind of have to make two different games anyway if we want to take full advantage of the Pro, which you and I have been talking about, that if there's going to be a game to help sell out the Pro, it's going to be GTA 6. And they say, look, all right, we've already got to make a higher powered SKU for the Pro. Let's just slap that with the Xbox Series X, and then we'll take the Xbox Series S and the PS5 and we'll put them on one game, right? Otherwise, you're going to end up with something like 4 different ones, right? Where you need one for the Pro. The X is probably slightly better than the base PlayStation 5. The base PlayStation 5 maybe a little bit better than the S. So that's my guess of where they're going to go. But yeah, you're right. He can just say, obviously, yeah, we're going to make it work. Maybe we could get a world where this gets delayed, right? I mean, Black Myth Wukong is still, to my knowledge, not out on the X or on the Xbox because of this, right? We said, yeah, the S is causing problems. Black Myth Wukong, Game of the Year contender for sure, not on one of the platforms because of the Xbox Series S. I think this is a concern. I think gamers are going to be concerned. I wonder if there's also a world where Take-Two just says, yeah, shove it, Microsoft. We're going to release the game. If it doesn't work on the S, you've got to answer to your consumers. You don't have to, we're not going to answer for it. We're going to say, we released the game. Your console's the one that sucks. Because if there's a company powerful enough to tell Microsoft to shove it, it would be Take-Two and Rockstar.
Absolutely. The last thing Microsoft wants to deal with is issues with the S not running GTA 6. One of the biggest games of all time is about to drop next year. I don't care if you don't pick up the game or not. I'm telling you right now, this will be the biggest game of all time. That's how big GTA has become. And then when GTA 6 is getting ready, dude, it needs to be there for Xbox. It doesn't need to be there for Rockstar. Rockstar, like you say, is like, hey, it's your problem. You figure it out. I'm sure they're working together hand in hand to make sure it all works out and runs smoothly. At the end of the day, though, the game is so big. Rockstar is so big. Like they're Rockstar. Like that's that's what it comes down to. And here's another win for PlayStation. I think at the end of the day, because the S is such a struggle, dude, that's the last place I want to play GTA 6. I'm going to PlayStation. Straight up. That's where I'm going right now. Especially if I have the Pro. If I do get the Pro by next year, say my PS5 dies, because I have no need right now to buy a Pro. Right? Straight up. Not going to happen. Just because it's not worth it. Right? It does enhance graphics. It does enhance this, that, and the other. But where we're at between the X and the base PS5 is great for where I'm currently at. Unless you have that, here's my 8K TV kind of situation. You know what I mean? You have the higher end. You're all in on that tech. Then the PS5 Pro is going to shine for you. But for most people, It's more of a, hey, if you have the ability to get it, then go ahead. But it's still going to be the better place to play GTA 6 unless Xbox drops the console next year.